continued, his words resonating in the small, crowded apartment. The success of a marriage is not just the responsibility of the husband and wife, but all those who love and are near to them. This marriage should not mean the end of old friendships. Rather than losing one another, you should feel more tightly bound than ever, sharing the joy and happiness. Jack glanced at Vicky, who stood near the back, her eyes fixed on him. A silent, understanding passed between them. Janet's words, the minister's message, it all felt profoundly relevant to their own complicated situation. Do you, Philip, take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife, to love, honor, and cherish, for richer or poorer, so long as you both shall live? I do. Philip's voice was firm, unwavering. And do you, Janet, take this man to be your lawfully wedded husband, to love, honor, and cherish, for richer or poorer, so long as you shall live? I do. Janet's smile was radiant. May I have the ring, please? The minister's voice was warm. Jack handed Philip the ring. Place this on the third finger of her left hand and repeat after me. With this ring, I the wed. With this ring, I the wed, Philip repeated, his gaze never leaving Janet's. By the power vested in me by God and the state of California, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. Philip leaned in. A tender kiss exchanged, and the room erupted in applause and cheers. Janet, flushed and teary-eyed, hugged Philip tightly. Oh, thanks. Oh, Mr. Merle. Congratulations. Mrs. Keneal, the organist, was practically bouncing with joy. Vicky made her way through the throng, a shy smile on her face. Oh, Janet, I'm sorry. I almost spoiled your wedding. Janet pulled her into a tight hug. Oh no, Vig. Your coming here today was the best present I could have gotten. She glanced pointedly at Jack, a knowing look in her eyes. Larry, ever present, offered his own unique congratulations. Janet, Larry, what can I say? Wow. You know, that's the first time you ever kissed me. Janet laughed, a genuine, joyful sound. And the last? I hope you two are very happy. You deserve it, Prince, Larry said, a rare moment of sincerity. Oh, thank you, Larry. All right. Everybody's invited down to my place for Janet announced, her voice ringing with excitement. Wait, Janet, wait. What? Honey, haven't you forgotten something? What? Oh my, you're right. Oh, Janet's gonna throw the bridal bouquet. Let her rip. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. The bouquet sailed through the air, a white blur, and landed squarely in Terry's outstretched hands. She looked surprised, then grinned, a blush rising on her cheeks. All right, let's go. Down to my apartmento, Janet cried, her and Philip leading the charge downstairs. As the last of the guests filed out, Jack found himself alone with Vicky in the now quiet, slightly disheveled apartment. The lingering scent of flowers and the distant murmur of the party below created a bubble of intimacy around them. He turned to her, a profound relief washing over him. What do you know? God, I missed you so much these last few days. Vicky stepped closer, her hand reaching for his. Oh, I missed you, too, and I am never gonna let you out of my sight again. Please don't. Jack pulled her into his arms, holding her tightly, savoring the feel of her against him. All the fear, the confusion, the pain of the last few days seemed to dissipate in her embrace. This was where he belonged. This was what he wanted. He pulled back slightly, looking into her eyes, a sudden, overwhelming certainty filling him. Vicky, will you marry me? The words tumbled out, impulsive, heartfelt, born of the raw emotion of the moment. He expected joy, perhaps a tearful embrace, a resounding yes. Instead, Vicky stiffened, her eyes, which had been soft and loving, hardened slightly. Jack blinked, completely blindsided. No. What do you mean? No. I don't want to get married. Her voice was quiet, but firm, leaving no room for doubt. Vicky, you just said that you wanted to be with me. His mind reeled, trying to reconcile her words with her refusal. I do, but I don't want to be married. I don't understand. If we're not married, how can we? He trailed off, confused. We can live together. Live together, Jack repeated, the concept foreign to his somewhat traditional sensibilities. Yes. Ooh. He paused, trying to process this unexpected turn. Well, I guess he searched for the right words, for a way to express his discomfort without alienating her. What have you got against marriage? Vicky's gaze dropped, her voice barely a whisper. It scares me. Why? She took a deep breath, her eyes distant, filled with a familiar pain. Because I lived through my parents' marriage and their divorce. I used to lie awake listening to them fight. Hey, lots of married people have fights. Not like theirs. I don't know which was worse. When they argued, or when they didn't talk at all. I used to cry myself to sleep every night. The words were a torrent, a dam breaking, revealing a deep-seated trauma he hadn't fully grasped. Hey, come on. That was a long time ago. He tried to comfort her, his hand gently stroking her arm. I still have nightmares about it. Vicky, it won't be like that with us. We're in love. So were my mother and father, until they got married. Her voice was filled with a chilling conviction. Jack was at a loss. He had never considered the profound impact of her parents' divorce on her. He had always seen marriage as the natural progression of love, the ultimate commitment. But for Vicky, it was a terrifying precipice, a path to inevitable pain. I don't know what to say. Say that we can live together. Her eyes pleaded with him, a desperate hope shining through her fear. Jack hesitated. Living together. It wasn't what he'd envisioned. It felt incomplete, unsanctioned, against everything he'd been taught, everything he believed about love and commitment. Vicky, I have a little trouble with that. Her face fell, a shadow of disappointment crossing it. Don't you see? We'll be together because we want to, not because we have to. I know, Vicky, but it's just me. I can't do that. The words felt heavy, unwilling to leave his lips, but he couldn't deny his own ingrained beliefs. Why not? Why not? Do I have to spell it out for you? Yes. Okay. I will. Okay. Listen. There we are. Right. Living together. Unhung, the both of us. Together. Well, doesn't that tell you anything? Not yet. Well, if I have to explain every little thing to you, we're going to be here all night. You just can't say it. Can you? Say what? That deep down. You're just an old-fashioned guy. Old-fashioned me. That's a laugh. Is that what I am? Well, if we got married, you could cure me. Vicky's voice, initially frustrated, had softened into a teasing tone, a hint of her usual playful banter returning. But beneath it, Jack sensed her genuine hurt, her feeling of rejection. He was indeed old-fashioned, in many ways. He believed in the sanctity of marriage, in the public declaration of love and commitment. But he also loved Vicky more than he had ever loved anyone. Oh, Jack, I love you very much, but I can't marry you, and I can't just live with you. Her words, though gentle, were a crushing blow. She was offering him an ultimatum, and he knew, with a sinking heart, that he couldn't accept either option. She turned to leave, her shoulders slumped. Well, I'd better get down to the party. Oh, say that again. I want you to come here. Jack's voice was a desperate whisper, trying to pull her back, to make her understand, but she was already walking away. As she reached the door, it suddenly burst open, and Mr. Bradford stood there, his face Oh, my God, I'm too late. He glared at Jack, then at Vicky. Stay calm. What are you doing here? There was no reason to panic. You didn't know what you were doing. We'll have it unknown. What are you talking about? Don't play games with me. Victoria, when I tried to reach you on the phone here, they told me about the wedding. Vicky's eyes widened in alarm. That was one of Jack's friends who got married. Then you're not. A slow, dawning realization spread across Mr. Bradford's face. No. Oh, how nice. You've just done wonders for my ulcer. I feel so much better. The sarcasm was thick, dripping with contempt. Oh, Dad! Vicky's voice was filled with exasperation. What's wrong? Mr. Bradford asked, his tone shifting to one of feigned concern, as he saw the tears welling in Vicky's eyes. Jack and I just broke up. Really? I'm so sorry. Mr. Bradford's eyes gleamed with ill-concealed triumph. Oh, Dad, I feel so miserable, Vicky sobbed, burying her face in her hands. Oh, if he means that much to you, I'll see what I can do about patching things up. Mr. Bradford patted her shoulder, a manipulative glint in his eye. Vicky looked up, a flicker of hope in her tear-stained face. You'd do that? I just want you to be happy. You're all I've got. Now, where do we find this, Jack? He turned, his gaze sweet.